Look at the fruit bowl in your home right now. It is very likely that it's there. With its unmistakable curve, its vibrant yellow color, and that natural packaging that looks like it was designed by an elite engineer. Today, we are going to talk about the most popular fruit in the world. It is the original fast food, the source of instant energy, the favorite of high-performance athletes and children in school lunch boxes alike. Welcome to Fruits Around the World. Today, we are going to peel back, layer by layer, the fascinating, dangerous, and surprising history of the banana. You might think of the banana as something simple, common, something that has always existed on the supermarket shelf for an affordable price, but the truth is that this fruit is a traveler of time and space, a genetic survivor, and the pillar of entire economies. Its journey began about 10,000 years ago, far away from modern supermarkets. Our story begins in the humid and dense forests of Southeast Asia, in a region that covers what we now know as Malaysia, Indonesia, and the highlands of Papua New Guinea. It was there, amidst thick vegetation and tropical rains, that the first farmers in human history noticed something special. They realized that this wild plant could be domesticated. But the banana at that time looked nothing like the one you eat today. If you had a time machine and tried to eat an ancestral wild banana, you would be in for an unpleasant surprise. Upon peeling it, you would find very little pulp and a huge amount of hard, black, large seeds resembling stones which occupied almost the entire interior of the fruit. What we consume today is a miracle of human selection. Over millennia, farmers crossed two wild species known as Musa ecunata and Musa balbisianum until they arrived at a fleshy, sweet, and most importantly, seedless fruit. And here, we enter one of the most shocking facts about our protagonist. Botanically speaking, the banana plant is not a tree. It has no wooden trunk. It is in fact the largest herbaceous plant in the world. What looks like a solid trunk is actually a pseudo-stem, formed by leaf sheaves rolled tightly around each other, strong enough to support bunches weighing up to 50 kilograms or 110 pounds. It is a distant relative of ginger in the orchid, and it grows at a frightening speed, capable of reaching its maximum height in less than a year. But the fact that it has no seeds hides a dangerous genetic secret. If you cut a banana right now, those tiny black dots in the center are just traces of unfertilized ovules. The plant is sterile. It cannot reproduce on its own in nature. So how are there billions of banana plants in the world? The answer is cloning. Every banana grown for export is a clone, an exact copy of another. The shoot is taken from the base of the mother plant, the rhizome, and replanted. This means that the banana you eat in Paris is the identical genetic twin of the banana someone is eating in Tokyo, New York, or Rio de Janeiro. This guarantees incredible consistency for the market. They all have the same size, the same taste, and ripen at the same pace. But for nature, this uniformity is an invitation to disaster. Because they are genetically identical, bananas have no individual defenses. If a fungus or a bacterium or a virus discovers how to kill one plant, it discovers how to kill it all. And this is not an apocalyptic theory, this is history. It has already happened. Until the 1950s, the world did not eat the banana we eat today. The queen of the market was a variety called Grandsmith or Big Mike. Historical accounts say it was larger, had a thicker skin, and a much sweeter, more intense, and creamy flavor, similar to the artificial banana flavor we taste in candies today. But a devastating fungus known as Panama disease emerged and wiped the plantations off the map. It was a biological massacre. The Grandsmith was practically extinct commercially. The world panicked. The banana industry was on the brink of collapse. A replacement had to be found in a hurry, and the chosen one was the Cavendish variety. It wasn't as tasty as the Grandsmith. It was more sensitive to transport and bruised easily, but had one vital quality. It was immune to the fungus of that time. Today, the Cavendish represents over 93% of all bananas exported in the world. But history is cyclical, and scientists warn that a new version of the fungus is already lurking, threatening our global monoculture once again. Leaving biology aside, let's talk about the logistical engineering that allows you to eat a tropical fruit in a country where it snows. The journey of the banana is a masterpiece of human efficiency. They are harvested while still completely green, hard as rocks, and inedible.
At this stage, they're washed and packaged. They travel sleeping in gigantic refrigerated ships, kept at exactly 13 or 14 degrees Celsius, around 56 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature puts the forced metabolism on pause. When they arrive in the destination country, they don't go to the market. They go to special ripening chambers. There, the temperature is raised in a controlled manner, and a naturally gassed ethylene is released into the air. It's like a biological alarm clock. The banana wakes up from its induced sleep, the green chlorophyll degrades, revealing the vibrant yellow, and the hard starch converts to soft sugar. That is why you can buy a perfect banana any day of the year, rain or shine. And we can't talk about the banana without celebrating its cultural versatility. In the West, we are used to the dessert banana, raw and sweet. But for millions of people in Africa, the Caribbean, and Asia, the banana is a staple food. As Vital adverts, it was a rice. There are over 1,000 varieties of bananas in the world. We have plantain, which is rich in starch and needs to be cooked, fried, or roasted. We have the red banana, with the flavor reminiscent of raspberries. We have the blue jello, which is bluish when green and has a texture that reminds you of vanilla ice cream. We have banana that are turned into flour, puree, salted chins, and even beer. Yes, in East Africa, banana berries are traditionally a socially important beverage. And even the word banana is a traveler. It is believed that the term comes from West Africa, possibly from the Wolof language, and was adopted by the Portuguese and Spanish, who took the fruit and the name to the Americas. Before that, in India, Alexander the Great was amazed to see sages meditating under the shade of a man's banana foot, eating only the fruit to keep their mind and body pure. And speaking of the body, the science behind the banana is fascinating. It is famous for potassium, essential for avoiding cramps and keeping the heart beat at the right rhythm. But did you know that the banana is likely radioactive? Calm down, I don't need to worry. It contains a special isotope of potassium, but the amount is so tiny that you would need to eat about 10 million bananas at once to suffer any negative effect. In fact, physicists use the banana equivalent dose as an informal and funny unit to explain radiation. It is curious to think how something that started in the alien jungles, traveled on explorers' caravels, conquered the palates of emperors, and survived global plagues, is today the most democratic item on the market. The banana comes in its own hygienic and biodegradable packaging, doesn't need to be washed before peeling, and is ready to eat in seconds. It is nature's perfect design, improved by human hands. But the lesson indeed banana leaves us is about diversity. Relying on a single type of fruit is dangerous. The future of the banana may lie in going back to our roots, exploring those hundreds of varieties we let decide in the name of commercial convenience. Now, I don't want to know about your personal taste. Because the world of the banana generates heated debates. The planet is divided into two irreconcilable groups. Those who like the banana when it's still a little greener than the tips, firm and slightly acidic, and those who prefer the banana with start, very ripe, pull the brown sprigs when it is at the peak of sugar and almost turn it into a sweet piece. Which side are you on in this battle? And more, in your country or region, is there a unique dish made with banana? Fried plantain with critican, a banana bread, or a root banana stew? Tell us here in the comments. Our community is built on these interchanges, and I love discovering new recipes. If you like this epic journey through the history of this humble giant, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the Fruits Around the World channel. Every week, a new fruit, a new story, and a news rip across the flavor nap. Thank you so much for watching, and see you at the next bite.